It's that time of year again. Triple-digit temperatures are firmly in place for the next few months. That means increasing concerns over heat-related illnesses and deaths in the valley. The city of Phoenix is working on ways to address those concerns. And to learn more, we welcome Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallegos. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be back with you, Ted.
And I do want to talk about heat mitigation efforts, but you're here, and I've got to ask you about what's happening in Los Angeles. I want to get your thoughts on this and whether or not Phoenix is prepared should immigration raids hit this area.
Thank you, Ted. That's a really important conversation. We are following what is happening in Los Angeles and other U.S. cities very closely. We have reached out to the federal government, to ICE, to ask them what they are doing in our community. We believe we can keep the community safer if we understand what is happening and are prepared. They have not informed us of any workplace raids, but we remain deeply concentrated on making sure that this community can be safe.
It sounded like the mayor of Los Angeles, though, said that she wasn't even expecting ICE to give them any forewarning. Are you expecting that?
We have asked for it. They recently did an operation in Phoenix that was related to money laundering and transborder, and they did inform us of that ahead of time. But we are aware that it is quite possible we will not get information ahead of time.
And if this were to happen, it would come when police leadership is in a bit of state of flux. What's going on as far as police chief, interim police chief, and the readiness there?
So we have Chief Dennis Orender right now, who is our interim chief, but a very familiar name to people in Phoenix. He's been with the department for decades. He was our number 2 for quite a while and is very familiar. He has been in positions where he has worked on First Amendment issues very successfully in the past, and he is talking with all of the other major city chiefs just to make sure we are as prepared as possible. We do expect to announce finalists for the full-time police chief quite shortly.
Okay, and again, just keeping tabs on what's happening. I think something happening in Nashville as well, but as far as Los Angeles is concerned, keeping tabs on what's going on there to figure out the best way to handle it should it happen here. And it sounds like, again, what do you make of these reports that it could possibly happen perhaps as early as this week?
We are prepared for it, and we understand that people will express their strong frustrations in our community. We've been very successful in trying to work with organizers so that they have the opportunity to share their very strongly held feelings in a way that respects the First Amendment but keeps our community safe. We have had many, many protests of the Trump immigration policies where people have gotten the attention they needed and gone home safely.
And so there is a relationship there between some of these groups to get that information as quickly as possible.
There is, yes.
There is. Okay. All right. We asked you here to begin with a long time ago to talk about heat mitigation. So let's get to that as we wait to see what happens in Los Angeles and what could possibly happen here but hasn't happened yet. All right. What has happened is the heat is here. Surprise, it's June. And heat mitigation efforts in Phoenix. What's going on here? What is the city doing?
The National Weather Service told me they thought it might not be quite as hot as last summer, and I maybe got overly excited about that, so that when this week's temperatures arrived, it was a little bit of a disappointment. We plan year-round for the summer heat in Phoenix. We have a permanent office as part of our government that does that work, along with a huge team at the city of Phoenix. Some things that are new this year: we have a 24-hour facility on the south side of downtown on Jackson Street that has a great place for kids, a dog run. We have now libraries open later, which is a wonderful benefit even to those of us, I'm a parent myself, and sometimes I want to check out a library book later in the day, so additional benefit. We're better coordinated with our utilities, so if you lose power at your home, we can share where are the locations in the city of Phoenix where cooling centers
You mentioned,
are open.
Really quickly, you mentioned, though, the new relief station at Jackson and Jackson Street, just south of downtown. Does that replace the one that was at Burton Bar Library?
Or it does.
It does. Okay, so that one's gone at Burton Bar.
Yeah, so this is more focused on heat completely, and so it was once a school site, and so there's different rooms so that we can, for example, have a space for young kids where they can have fun things to do and a more colorful environment where we hope they'll feel more comfortable. If you have a power outage at your home, that can be stressful and scary. And so we want to make sure you have a safe place to go. And then again, we heard there were some people particularly experiencing homelessness who weren't willing to accept services if their pets couldn't go, particularly dogs, we heard. And so now there's a place with the dog run that is more purpose-built around this issue. So we hope it takes the feedback and gives us a chance to get people in a safer environment. We try to learn every summer, and we actually get national attention for this and international attention. We've helped mayors in the United Kingdom when they have heat waves, just because, unfortunately, this is a thing that happens to us every summer, and so
I
have experience.
I thought it was interesting, 20% of heat-related deaths in Maricopa County were people who were living in mobile or manufactured homes, maybe RVs. I was surprised by that.
So I don't recommend doing this, but if you ever put your hand on a mobile home, you might feel it is much hotter than if you put it on a house.
Yeah.
And particularly the older ones have real challenges keeping cooled, so they can be very inefficient and expensive to cool, and that can be very dangerous. We have a wonderful partnership with Arizona State University, which is helping us try to find the best, most cost-effective solutions to keep people safe and to give them more information. We're also trying to do new programs where we can check on those who are more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Cool Collars is one. So we really are trying to use the data to be as intentional as possible about trying to keep people safe in our summer heat.
What about keeping people safe who insist on hiking in desert trails in the cities? Cities got a lot of trails, got a lot of ways to get out there, but not this time of year and not in the middle of the day. Can you close it? Will the city close trails on certain days?
So we do have a summer heat program, which is triggered by National Weather Service heat warnings, and particularly our most dangerous locations, we will close down. So you'll be able to hike year-round in Phoenix, but the trails where our firefighters really struggle, we do close some of those based on how hard it is to get folks in and out. We've had firefighters hospitalized after these rescues. They're very strenuous and stressful for our firefighters, and so it's important we try to balance the need to enjoy our wonderful environment with the health and safety of our sworn firefighters.
So things have improved, or I should say increased. The efforts have increased, I guess, every year. You learn more, and it gets hotter every year.
That was certainly the case last year, right? 113 days
Yes.
above 100. We're trying to do more education campaigns and remind people. We unfortunately have had spectacular athletes who were still overcome by the summer heat, and just because you are healthy doesn't mean you should be out hiking. And also if someone gets an injury, it can be much more severe and aggravated by the summer heat. And then we're trying to work with hotels and other areas where you might see tourists to try to educate them as well.
Yeah. Before you go, I thought it was interesting you're saying people around the world look to Phoenix for heat mitigation ideas. What do you show them? What do you tell them?
Well, the one that we are showing off right now is we have a program called Sombra, where we do heat-related art in every part of our city. And so we have these beautiful structures up in our parks now that provide shade but are also gorgeous art. And so that's one that actually won a pretty significant award from my peers among cities for sort of taking a problem and coming up with something that beautifies the city.
Well, I tell you what, Mayor, it's such a great idea that we have decided we're going to showcase that, I think, tomorrow night.
Love it.
We got folks from the city coming in talking about that, and they're really remarkable.
They are gorgeous.
I mean, and they do heat studies that show just how much cooler it is beneath those structures and around those structures. It really makes a difference.
And some of them are local companies with great local entrepreneurs who have taken a problem in Phoenix and they're going to help the whole world.
Well, Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. It's good news, and let's hope that maybe we get a little bit of a break from the heat a little bit this summer. And we'll keep an eye on what's happening in Los Angeles, and it's good to hear that preparations here are there should something happen. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.